Hello students, I welcome you all to Current Affair Lectures by Azad ICS Academy, and today we are going into look into the current affairs of 10th of April. So yesterday we had discussed a very important topic, and we had also discussed about a very important question that is related to a constitutional court decision that was made in South Korea, right? So it upheld the impeachment process of President Yuhan. So this is the reason, and I have also told you what is the reason he, declared martial law, and because of that, there is a lot of economic issues also that is happening in that country because of US tariffs, etc. We have discussed about all these things, right? So this was the question that we discussed yesterday. Now let us see. I hope all of you have tried to find out the right answer and put the answer in the comment section. Now we will see, as wildfires scorch the earth, the Arctic biome rejects more carbon. So there is more amount of carbon that is getting rejected. So we'll discuss about this in detail now. Look at this. So recent wildfires across US, Japan, and India have intensified due to climate change, releasing vast amount of carbon and threatening the global sinks. So what is happening is you need to understand that there are too much of wildfires that are happening, and because of this, too much amount of carbon dioxide is also getting, coming up. Okay. So now see, and multiple states in USA were recently, grip on tornado fires, dust storms. The fire and scorched parts of Texas and other parts, 300 homes revealing horror of similar blaze, Los Angeles. So they are telling you the names of the places, how many people lived, destroyed, more than these many structures were, getting affected. So they're just telling you that these many things are getting affected. So hence, because of this, what's happening? It is a lot amount of carbon dioxide is also getting released, and uh, and why this is happening is because of the climate change itself. Okay, the Arctic region, once a key carbon absorber, is now turning into carbon source, worsening the global climate. So you need to understand that the Arctic biome is also rejecting more carbon. So that means it used to, be a carbon sink. It used to store a lot of carbon, but now that is also kind of releasing the carbon, which is not a good sign, right? So wildfires across USA and Japan, several states in USA have faced tornadoes, fires, etc. So while in Japan, a fire field near of Tano City around 2010, buildings killed one person and forced over 4,200 residents to evacuate. The burn about 2,900 hectares of land make the largest fires in the 5 decades. So you need to understand there's the largest, fire decades that have happened. According to the latest Indian Forest Report published in December 2024, Uttarakhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh records most fire this year, or in that year. Uttarakhand alone records to, you can see, 5,315 fires between these much of time, or 1 year of time, you can say, right? However, the report also suggested that the number of hotspot in the country seems to be dropping, right? So hotspot is where a lot of, organisms are present, etc. This is an environment ecology world biodiversity hotspot where different amount of species are staying, etc. At the same time, India is experiencing most amount of high land temperatures in this year. In 2023, researchers at IIT Kharagpur and Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune, reported that the Indian Northwest, Northeast, and Central region land temperature raise from 1 degrees to 3 degrees per decade in the pre-monsoon season, and 2 degrees to 4 degree per decade in the post-monsoon season. So you can see that there's a number of temperature that is also including or increasing in our country. So heat waves also have been found to be occur early in the year, moving slower and last longer. Together with the prolonged dry spells, they create condition ripe for wildfire. So you can see there's too much of, heat that is getting created, and that is the reason why there are wildfires as well. Okay. Surya Prabha Sadashivan, a senior vice president and consultant from the Case India, wrote in the Hindu February 12 that the forest fires in India emit around this much tons of carbon dioxide every year. This is very, very important. So very huge amount. The fires large size carbon dioxide in the air. In January 2025, wildfires released 80,000, so 8 lakh tons of carbon, 4 times more than the decade ago. Satellite shows that the heat energy from these fires was much larger than the long term since 2003. So what happened in January, that is 2025, a large amount of, you can see, forests were burned. Because of this, the amount of carbon dioxide that was released was too much, right? So this is something that we need to understand. Now, Arctic is also losing its role as a carbon sink. The Arctic boreal zone once was a major carbon sink, is now releasing carbon due to intense forest fires and thawing permafrost. See, this carbon dioxide gets, stored in the ice and in the form of forests. Now, both of them are getting, forest is getting converted into fire, so that is also releasing carbon dioxide, and this how is there, or whatever permafrost is there, that is the ice that is there on the land, that is also, getting worst, or it is getting melted, and because of that also carbon dioxide is coming out. Around 30% of the zone has shifted from absorbing carbon to releasing carbon. So you can see 30% of the Arctic region, which was absorbing carbon, is now releasing carbon, right? Fire in Alaska, Europe, and Siberia are major contributions to this change. This change creates a harmful cycle. More fires release more amount of carbon, worsening the global warming and leads to even more fires. So we have to understand that wildfires are something which is not welcoming, okay? And irrespective wherever it is happening, it is going to impact the entire global situation. So there is something that we need to do is urgent global actions need to be taken to strengthen the fire management and protect our ecosystem. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult for all of us. The next important article that we have for today here is related to oil and USA. That is, US falls to the lowest since 2021 as Trump's tariff hit. Oil prices have dropped from 5 days in a row, reaching the lowest levels since February 2021. So here you can see fifth day the oil price is lowest since February 2021. You can see since February 2021, the oil prices are always being high, but now it is being low. Wednesday on looming demand concerning fueled an escalation tariff war between USA and China. This is because of the war that is happening between USA and China, two big economies and rising price outlook. See, blunt crude oil fell to 61.43 per barrel, and US WTI crude oil dropped to 58.08 per barrel. The price fall is during growing concerns about falling oil demand. The trade war between this is happening because of the trade war that is between USA and China and making the global economy weaker. The USA has raised tariff on Chinese goods and the China has answered with its own tariff, right? So hence, because of this, what's happening here is there is a lot of issue that is happening between these two countries, and because of that, it is going to affect the global economy, right? So too much supply and weak demands are pushing prices down. Goldman Sachs expect price to be staying low until December 2025. So we're also expecting that it is going to get reduced further as well. So here we have just some kind of information. So we need to know that the oil prices are getting low and day by day. And the reason why the oil prices are getting low day by day, the reason is because of the economic war that is happening between the USA and China, because USA has put a lot of tariffs on Chinese goods and China has put a lot of tariff on US goods. Unless this is going to, reduce, there is going to be a lot of issues that is going to happen in the global market, especially to the crude oil. And they're also saying that this particular crude oil is also, the amount is going to stay low till December 2025. This is a highlight of this particular important news. Apart from this, they're just explaining you some kind of fact here, not that important again, right? Now, next is very, very important for us, because here we need to understand that the Kerala and Tamil Nadu are going to conduct a joint census from April 2024 to find out the amount of Nilgiri Thars that we have. Now, Nilgiri Thar are present especially in the Nilgiri Hills, right? So they are going to conduct a Nilgiri Thar census from April 2024 to 2027. The survey will span 89 census blocks in Kerala and 176 blocks in Tamil Nadu over a 4-day period. So they're going to do this. Now, the census aims to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Irukulam National Park. So, Irukulam National Park, now see, such kind of things get highlighted, especially. So, there is a 50th anniversary of this particular park, and to commemorate this kind of census is being done. Okay. Now, what they're going to do here is camera traps and pullet sample collections will be used for scientific and genetic studies. The bound cut method will also be used to estimate the population for each census. So, you need to understand that they will be putting a lot of camera traps. Apart from putting in a lot of camera traps, they're also going to use other things as well. Like they're going to use something which is called as bound cut. The data collection will be done by bound cut method. Right. So apart from this, what is something that we need to worry about here is a little bit about Nilgiri Thar. Why? Because Nilgiri Thar is an endangered mountain found only in the Western Ghats of India, not present anywhere else. It is a state animal of Tamil Nadu and endemic to southern part of the Western Ghats. You don't find it anywhere else, and it is endemic means they are present especially there, right? The species prefer steppe, cliff, and open grassland in elevation of 1200 to 2600 meters. Adult males are called as saddlebacks due to the light color patch on their backs. Okay, and the Irukulam National Park is the Kerala's holds the largest population of Nilgiri Thar. So this particular national park that we have, in which this particular census is going to be done, that is where we have a lot of Nilgiri Thars as well. They live in the herd and feed mainly on grasses, shrubs, and herbs. Okay, threat due to habitat loss, invasive species, climate change, human disturbance, etc. And it is protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, right? So this is something that we need to understand about this particular topic. Now let us see what is the question that we have for today, right? What is the main reason to conduct the synchronized Nilgiri Thar census? So try to find out. Okay, are they going to have a new documentary? Is it to study the tiger movement or to launch, tourism campaign, or is it to commemorate the 50th anniversary of some national park? Try to find out this answer. I also want you to do a little bit of research on this particular national park because that is as it is important in news. So they may ask you the UPSC or any exam may ask you question on this particular thing as well. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's lecture with more current affairs. Thank you so much. If you have any suggestions, comments, please put it in the comment section. Thank you so much.